glitches. This is a good showcase of a majority of the really cool glitches, and it's just a really cool run. It might be, if you've never seen something like this before, one of the craziest Pokemon runs you're ever going to see.
Yeah.
And without further ado, the weird thing with this run is going to be time begins at new game, so I'm going to call it. If it's early or late, it really doesn't matter, but what matters is we get the RNG manipulation. This might take me 2 tries, I hope not, but it's something I have to do right. I rarely miss it. So I'm going to reset, and what we're going to be doing is manipulating the trainer ID, which is needed for the entire run. And all my inputs are going to be matter when I hard reset here. So this is going to look really weird. We're going to load in, and we're going to like immediately soft reset. This is all setting up the RNG to be right where we need it. So the moment, whoops, that was too early. So the moment Jigglypuff jumps to dodge it, I can buffer the soft reset. 1 second here. So that's really important that this game allows buffering. This is going to be used a lot in the run, but the short of it is we can buffer an input during a sound. So this attack has a sound, and the moment Jigglypuff lands, it'll soft reset. So on Jigglypuff's 3rd hop, I'm going to hold A, and now this is going to look really weird. We're going to go back out. We're going to go in the options twice. And then new game. Time. Start. I mean, whatever. Let's go.
Do the thing.
So that felt good. I might be like 1 frame off on something like that. But we'll be able to tell here pretty soon. And we're going to name our character the best name ever. Yua! Woo! If your name is spelled exactly like that, this is finally the run for you.
The rival will have the 2nd best name ever.
RPG! Hyphen. The hyphen is silent. Alright. So, one minor detail that really stinks if you run this game in other categories, we can't set the options before the run starts. So you have to do that whole intro holding 1 button because it'll speed the text up. And the thing that stinks is, in other runs, we mash A and B because it's literally faster in this game because of a thing called consecutive input lag. So if I mash A super fast, the game gets confused and thinks I'm actually holding A. So in order to prevent that, we have to mash A and B so the game doesn't think we're holding a button and we can properly clear text. So in some games you mash A and B just because it feels better. In this game, you actually need it to go the fastest possible speed you can do. So, some of you might be thinking we're going to pick Squirtle because Squirtle's ever seen. If any of you love the little baby over here named Bulbasaur, here you go. I'm going to make you proud.
It's finally Bulbasaur's time.
Okay, so I am going to name Bulbasaur, and I'm going to name him H for Helix. My buddy's sitting right next to me.
Hey.
He needs to be 1 character, and right now I'm going to check and make sure. So cool, I did it. I didn't have to redo the trainer ID manip.
Awesome.
It's not a hard manip, but if you miss it, you have to do everything I just did over, and the first time you can check it is when you get a Pokemon. I also saved for this fight, and before we picked up a potion, because, hey, Bulbasaur, I'm not going to knock him, but when he's up against a Charmander, and Charmander has Scratch and we have Tackle, he's going to likely win.
Yeah, it's not great for Bulbasaur, but we need to win this fight, so.
Yeah, we need to win, and this is the one thing, like, in PB attempts you don't want to see is him growling, because it makes the fight longer. Because now we're doing less damage. But the interesting thing is, there's rounding in Gen 1 Pokemon, so we want him to growl more. It's not going to reduce our attack anymore, because we've already went down a certain amount. and his next 2 or 3 growls will do nothing to us. So the fact that he growled once and is now scratching is like the worst case scenario for us, and that's why I saved before this fight. From this point on, there's nothing I can do. We're just gonna have to ride this out and tackle.
Could we get Bless RNGs in the chat?
Oh!
He's used his potion.
Oh no!
Oh man.
Oh man! Come on! Oh!
Growl.
Growl! Yes!
Yes!
No! 5%!
He
Yes!
still growled!
Yes! Woo! Bulbasaur, you did it, man.
Alright.
This is Pokemon Ed's finest. Okay, I was so excited and we got Red Bar. We'll talk about that later, but
How is that like as intense as it could have been?
I don't know.
What?
But because I forgot to check stats because we were too excited, I need to check this Bulbasaur special. So this Bulbasaur has 14 special, which is good, but bad. We'll see why later. But we're gonna have an option to go for the fastest strat, which I want to try to show off. But if that fails, we're gonna have to back up into the slow strat. But we already tried the fast one, and basically we're gonna lose a ton of time. Not a big deal. But the fast strat involves manipulation, and I want to show off. And if we miss it and we have to do the backup, you're gonna get to see another manipulation. So. I don't know, hope for my demise, I guess? You get to see more of the run then.
The reason we're so concerned about Bulbasaur specials is because Bulbasaur needs to have 16 special
Yep.
for this fast strat to work.
He needs to be, he needs to have 16 special at level 7, otherwise we have to get him to level 8, and then we have to do a different strat, which we'll talk about if it comes up. But, that means we actually don't want to fight anything. So the little minute details of this run is, so if we get him to 16 special, he's going to be level 7. But if when we get to level 7, he has 15 special, not only do we have to do the backup strat, which is called PP strats, because we have to use a bunch of moves just to get our PP of the moves down lower, we also have to get him to level 8, which is annoying at that point. So you'll probably see it. It's not super likely we're going to get 16 special. In all my practice runs, I've done 20. I've gotten the fast strat 2 times. And the odds are better than that, but with my luck, we're going to have to do the backup strat. And if not, I'll talk about it because there's a decent amount of lull in this beginning part. So, while we're kind of going through the intro, which a lot of people have maybe seen from other runs or just have done, and there's nothing too interesting going on.
Multiple times, probably.
Yeah. So, this game is ran on Pokemon Blue, and people kind of often ask, like, why is this ran on Red? Like, Red is used for the main any percent glitchless category. Well, in all honesty, it's just for glitch categories. You can often use a lot of the same manips between them. Like one of the manips I'm going to be doing was made for multiple kind of categories, and some of the categories prefer blue for some random reason, like they want a certain Pokemon. So all the manip finding has kind of been done on blue for glitch runs. So red is kind of used for any percent glitchless, and any glitched run, you're often going to see Pokemon blue. But you can actually do reverse badge acquisition on red, blue, or even yellow, actually. So we're going to buy 9 Pokeballs because, you know, Pokemon's all about catching a bunch of little creatures, so why buy anything else? So when I played this game, like, casually for the first time, I had no idea there were hidden items. I didn't know this until, like, Gen 3. When you got the item finder, and then someone told me today, like, there's an item finder in Gen 2, and I'm like, oh yeah, whoops, I almost forgot something. I'm like, oh yeah, we have, like, an item finder in Gen 2. I just never talked to that guy, so I had no idea there were hidden items until Gen 3. I have to enter this house because I just kind of go into muscle memory mode. This is the second RNG manipulation of the run. So since we have 14 special, we're going to catch a Pidgey. And the reason we're going to catch a Pidgey is because we need a Pokemon with a certain HP value for one of the glitches coming up. And this Pidgey is guaranteed to have the right HP. So we're gonna go up here and we're gonna manipulate a Pidgey on a certain tile. And not only that, we're gonna be able to manipulate the catch rate. So normally Pidgey's like 30% or something like that to get in on just a random ball toss. We're gonna try to manipulate the catch here. So Gen 1 Red and Blue, there's a lot of weird things with buffering and like inputs and things like that. So tossing this ball frame perfectly is really easy in Red and Blue. In Yellow, when I did my run before at Midwest Speed Fest event, Yellow balls are insanely hard. It's like a three frame window to toss it, and in this game you can just buffer it. It's so nice. Like if you come from like Yellow where that's really annoying to this, it's great. So you'll see me in this forest walking a specific path. That's because some of these tiles were encoded wrong, and you can't get encounters on them. So if you ever see a flower on the bottom right of the tile, we can't get an encounter on it. So like this first tile is no chance, this entire row's not. So if I get an encounter, it's going to be on like these random tiles. Often you're not even going to find an encounter because the encounter rate's low. So even getting one is actually pretty unlucky, and world record attempts would probably reset at that point. So I want 2 potions for safety, so I'm going to pick this one up. Once again, a hidden item. He probably just dropped this potion. I'm just like, yoink.
I'll use this to beat you.
So this guy's really annoying in like the any percent glitch list because he can poison you. But since we have Bulbasaur and some Bulbasaur's poison, we're not going to have to worry about that. So it's not a big deal as long as you have Bulbasaur. The annoying part of this fight is we actually growl at the start because we have a potion, so it doesn't matter too much. But growling actually really increases your odds of winning. You can be really risky and not do it, but just him doing 2 damage to you versus 3 just makes a big deal in this fight. Like, we would probably be, 3 more damage lower, and if he would keep on poison stinging, I would just be much closer to death than I am now. So growling is slower, obviously, but it will just increase our odds of finishing this fight. We pick up the potion regardless, just because if for some reason he crits me a lot, it's good to have the backup of potioning. So here we're going to check the special. 16? 15. So this is like I said, we're going to get to see the backup of PP strats, which is why I didn't explain it early. So we're going to do another manipulation here, and I'm excited. Like, we normally manipulate all these cool things, like Pidgeys for fly and like a perfect Nidoran with perfect stats. You're going to be amazed at the Pokemon we're manipulating here. Look at that happy Squirtle. All right, ready? What could it possibly be? It's a Metapod.
Gasp.
We have a manipulation for a Metapod. And the reason why we need this Metapod is because now we're going to do PP strats. So what this means is we need to reorder our moves. They're in a certain order now, and we need to use them till they're at a certain PP amount. So Growl is now at 36. Tackle we need to get to 16, and Leech Seed doesn't matter. So we're actually going to Leech Seed because we have to kill this Metapod. And this is the worst part about the backup. We have to get to level 8, and if I crit or do anything, or high roll tackles or whatever, and however many I have left, I might have some tackles left over, and we're going to have to find a random Pokemon and fight it. So there's just a lot with this backup, and you also have to care about your XP. It's just really annoying to kind of have to deal with.
You're trying to keep track of so many things at once. It's...
Yeah, and I have to be level 8. So one of the things that happens sometimes is this Metapod gets you to level 8, and then I'm trying to fight another Pokemon to get rid of the rest of my tackles. And if you kill that Pokemon, you might just become level 9, and then you just have to redo the Metapod manip and try again. Like right now, you can see I need to get rid of 4 more tackles. This Metapod's definitely going to die before that. I think I'm going to get 1 more tackle in, so I'm going to have to do... yeah, he should die here.
Leech Seed will probably
So I'm going to have to find 2 Pokemon to tackle. Likely I'm going to find a level 3. To be safe, I can only tackle it once, and then I'm going to have to run away and find another Pokemon. If I'm lucky, if I find a level 4, I'll probably be able to tackle twice, but even that's a little bit risky, because a crit with 2 tackles will probably kill. So it depends what we find. Level 4, we'll probably run, like... Oh, whoops. Especially now.
Okay.
Whoops. Like I said, Leech Seed doesn't matter, so that's fine. But, yeah, we're definitely going to run. Otherwise, we're going to kill it, and then that would be bad. So I need to find one more Pokemon and tackle it. This just becomes of, like, the backup strats of this run. It's nice that we can back it up so easily, but in PB attempts, you would never do this. If you were going for the fast strat and you saw 15 special, you just reset. So that's kind of annoying. Cool. Level 5 Rattata, I will, like, never kill.
Oh, boy.
So, and our HP won't matter. In fact, in this run, we will only ever fight 10 trainer battles. And there's 8 gym leaders, right? So we fought all the trainers we're going to fight besides gym leaders. So coming up here is the only shopping we're going to do in the entire run. I'm going to buy kind of specific items. That's not because these items are important. One of them, well, 2 of them are, but the money value I want at the end is.
Yeah.
So we want 265 money for some glitches coming up, and I'm going to preset this up. I'm going to put my cursor on save, and then I'm going to walk over here. So they weren't expecting you to be able to open your menu here, so I'm going to save on this tile, and then when I come into this game again, it's not going to really have enough time to load the NPC that walks you over to Brock's gym.
Yeah.
And this
Youngster will try to talk to you, and you'll just be like, no, stop it. You'll just walk away.
So he has enough time to load a couple text boxes, but you'll notice right away, it's weird. And then he's walking to us, and we're just going to run away from him. So we're going to swap Pidgey to slot 1. This is because of the backup. And this is the second glitch in the run. The first one was Brock Skip, where we walked past him. And now this is Brock Through Walls. And Brock Through Walls is this glitch that we've kind of been setting up for this whole time. That's why we had to do the PP strats and all that.
Yeah, we use those values we talked about. The game tries to find the coordinates where you are, and that sets your path so that you follow the youngster. But because we talked to him from the right, the game isn't quite sure what to do with that. And we set those values so that we kind of loaded pseudo data into the RAM, and that actually overwritten. That's not a English is hard. It override. What's the past tense of override?
Oh, it override? Overridden?
Overridden?
I don't know.
The
English lesson in Pokemon.
It. The variable that disables inputs basically got overwritten, and so now we can just walk through walls.
So I'm doing the last RNG manip in the run, and some of you might be really excited. We're in Mystery Cave. You're like, oh my gosh, we're going to get Mewtwo. I'm really sorry. I'm going to very disappoint you right here. So I'm going to go to the second floor here. We're going to get an encounter. What's it going to be? A Ditto.
When I first saw this, I was like, oh, it's going to be Mewtwo. Oh, wait a minute.
Exactly.
This will make sense soon, but for
now, all this work has been to get this Ditto. Every single thing was to get a Ditto of all things. And by the way, catching a Ditto with a Pokeball is like a 1%. So that's why we need to RNG manip it. If you just try that, that's not going to work. And this is why we bought an escape rope. And now we have 6 items in our item menu.
I wonder what the significance of that number might be.
Anyone ever has anyone ever glitched this game as a kid, like on the edge of Cinnabar item and the number 6 rings a bell? I don't know. Anyways, this is really lucky. We need to find a Rattata, and we're gonna transform into it, and we're gonna swap the second move to slot 1. So I want you all to think what's going to happen here, okay? Because Ditto only has, one move, transform. What happens when you swap the second move, which is kind of like the empty move, to the top here? So I have to open up that Pokedex thing, and this game is all about memorizing stuff. So the way I remember that is step on your right foot, don't forget it, from SpongeBob.
Yes.
Like, I have so many, tricks that I like use to remember this route. Anyways, hey, this is weird. What's this glitch called, Helix?
This is the cool trainer glitch. I think you can see why.
Yeah, this is normal. Don't worry about all that text.
We're fine.
So, I actually want this to fail because I think it's really cool. But, this is the most RNG heavy part of the run, and this is fine. So, it's like about 30% for this Pokemon to get in the ball.
He's frozen solid, and then he gets hurt by the longest burn in Pokemon history.
This is called Super Burn. It's about 90 seconds, so we're going to sit here. We can talk about life if we want, because this is going to take forever. In a real run, it would just kill it. Many runs die here just because it's only about 30% to work, and it's 90 seconds in like a 27-minute run at top level. That's just way too much time loss. But the kind of cool thing about this is the next Pokemon we're going to encounter will go in the ball 100%. So we don't have to worry about like repeating this. This would make this a very boring marathon run, in my opinion. But this is really cool. Now watch. It goes back up.
Yeah.
It goes all the way
It's not
down.
done. So let's talk about a donation, I think. Huanli Ways donates $10 and says, SudoTrainer is amazing.
Aw.
Thanks for running Pokemon and making the community better. Love you, bro.
Juanli Ways, it was like the first person I met in the Pokemon community because we were both new. He's an amazing runner. Please go check him out. He is so talented. He's like the runner I strive to be, honestly. Anyways, so this is going to go in 100%, which is awesome. Now, we got a missing note. Does that ring a bell to anyone who's done this in the past? Anyways, let's go check out our item menu. Wow. So,
That's a lot of item.
missing no, one side effect of catching a missing no is it duplicates the 6th item in your bag. And you can notice a few other side effects starting to happen. Our Ditto is a little bit malformed, and I know Ditto likes to change, but I don't think this is good for him.
This is where the game starts having a time.
Oh, nice. So we got another missing no.
Yep.
So let me kind of show you here. So this looks normal right now, right? Nothing changed. Well, let's kind of clean out our bag.
And every time we catch a missing note, it basically adds 128 to our 6th item.
And, hey, look. Wait, before I do this, let me kind of show you. I can't scroll down past here, and this item still functions as a cancel button, okay?
The game thinks it's canceled.
So, let me toss this many, and we're going to do some weird swapping, like we have 0 paralyzed heals. But now, because we did this is item underflow, okay? This is going to be something you're going to see a lot. We'll talk about it. It's confusing. Don't worry. But we're going to do something a lot of you probably did. We're going to steal some Master Balls. And I'm also going to throw one away from that item. That is actually the text speed value. So you might notice something here. We're going to, text is going to instantly appear. There's a value for that because some of the time in the game they want the text to instantly appear. So we can, with item underflow, set that value to be instant. So from here on out, the rest of the run, we're going to have instant text.
Yep.
And we have a Master Ball. So I'm going to need the Charizard name.
The Charizard name, let me bring that up. Refresh really quick.
Did anyone snipe it?
Nope, it's still Baguette.
Okay.
$100.
Thank you so much.
W.
There's
U
a U,
before,
right?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. I'm like, my spelling's failing me.
Baguette.
Baguette.
And on that note, shout outs to the French restream at Baguette_restream on Twitch.
Yeah. So we just got a level 127 Charizard. No big deal. And right now, I'm just going to start cleaning out the bag. You know, I think we have too many paralyzed heals. We're going to do this 6 times. And then we're going to really start doing something that we're going to do through the rest of the run. So let me kind of explain. So any item I swap from the top down here are items we care about getting. So like this cancel item, we're going to want it later. And then the rest of this is manipulating data. Whoops. I almost forgot one thing. That would be bad. So in this game, all these values are just a bunch of data, and we can kind of change them. So like, let me kind of show you here. So right now it's burn, heal, and then a J item. If I move back over, you'll notice that these are changed now. That's because they're related to our position. So we're actually going to change that, and now the game thinks we're in a different location. And then I'm gonna keep going with this menu. We're gonna toss 19. That's the highest toss we're gonna do in the entire run. That J item, and then, wow, I don't know, I think I'm sitting on something. Maybe it's Giovanni!
Huh.
Wow, he was underneath us the whole time. So, this is really what this run is. We're gonna see a lot of menu item flow, item underflow glitches, and now Baguette is gonna wreck every single gym leader. This feels so good. Giovanni has killed so many of my yellow runs that it's so nice to come in here and just demolish him.
And so then we gain EXP, and the game realizes, wait a minute, you're not supposed to be that high level. So it kicks us back to level 100 and gives us red bar.
And red bar is really good in red and blue. It skips Pokemon cries, death cries, any jingle, basically. But the benefit, the downside of that is, hey, do you guys like this beeping sound? We're going to hear it a lot. Woo! So, we just beat Giovanni. He's the first gym leader we're going to fight, because, you know, this is how the game's intended to be played. And, in this menu, I'm gonna, so right now, the things we care about is that cancel item, and I'm also gonna need an elixir. So, one of this is, like, called the money, because, a lot of the items we want there are, and I believe it's actually tied to our item value. I don't like this color, so I'm gonna make it blue. I hope that's okay for everyone watching at home.
I like it.
That's a little too light. Let's make it darker.
Oh.
You know.
Team Aqua.
So let me explain something really quick as I start doing this. So Giovanni's a PC now. That's fine. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, we beat him so hard that he just kind of turned into a PC.
Yeah, we're gonna give all of our Pokemon to Team Rocket. I mean, that's what they want anyways, right?
Yeah.
So, what just happened there is every item you can interact with in the overworld is actually coded as a well, give me 1 second here. Cool. I could crash the game there. I just want to make sure. It's not hard. I just have to, like, not take an extra step. So anyways, items you can interact with in the overworld are all coded as an NPC. But how they keep track of, you know, what NPC does what is a value. So we were able to edit that value, and basically now Giovanni was a PC when we talked to him. Because that's how we changed the value. So then we can just interact with him or any other NPC that way. We could change what their function is, basically. So this is one of the very few Pokemon in the entire run we're not going to Flamethrower, because Arcanine doesn't die to a Flamethrower. Now, Slash is going to crit 255 over 256 chance to crit. There's a very small chance he'll not crit, and that's really bad. And that happened to me in practice, actually. So we're just going to kind of keep on going with a bunch of these item swaps. This is really cool, and there's so much that goes into it. Shoutouts to all the runners who put a lot of time into this. There's so many people, and this goes back so long that I can't really name everyone. But just to the entire Glitch Pokemon speedrunning community, thank you for putting so much time into this run. I think it's a really cool run to show off, and I hope everyone gets to see the craziness of Gen 1.
I love item underflow.
It's
like if I were looking in my backpack for something, but instead of hitting the bottom of my backpack, my hand just kept going.
It goes on forever.
And I just started messing with the code of life.
So, like, one of the funny things is looking at, like, an any % glitches run, and there's a kid who catches a Nidoran and beats the entire country in, like, 2 hours. But, like, I like the, conceptualizing this one more. This kid literally just can teleport, like, all over, summon a dragon. It's just insane, that the stuff you can do with glitches. So, one of the things that would be kind of slow, and yes, this is a speedrun, we're not just showing off glitches. One of the things that would be slow is if we had to open up our menu to warp to every single gym leader. One of the things that's a value in this game is actually kind of like how the map is connected. So if we mess with those values, we can change where this entrance now goes. So when I go outside, we're in Fuchsia City, and I can just go straight to fighting Koga. So this is like where a lot of the routing goes in. We're also going to use an elixir, and this is the cancel item that we got before. So,
We canceled the wall.
yeah, you know, so cancel is cool. You're able to kind of traverse past through some things that you're not supposed to, but it's really only good if you're moving like one direction, like straight up or to the left. And that will matter kind of later on. We're going to use a different item, a bunch of question marks later, and that cancel wouldn't really work there because we have to go like up and to the left. That's just one thing that like I had a question on. It's like, why don't we just use the cancel item? It won't really work that way. So we're just going to keep on beating Koga, and this beeping, man, it's so good. I love it.
I feel like after a certain point, you just forget about it.
Oh, totally.
Also, you'll notice that Charizard has 90. It looks like Charizard has 92 HP out of 274, and that shouldn't be enough to get us into red bar. But Charizard's HP is not 92. It's actually something insanely high.
Yeah, this game is very strange with how things are like displayed. So we are going to turn off the lights for a moment. Don't worry. No one freak out. This is okay. All right. It's okay. And now we're blue again. You know, everyone liked the blue, right? Okay. So I am going to toss, and then... So one thing that like I was amazed when like I like watched some runners doing this, I'm like, how do you memorize all this stuff? Because like there's so many just item swaps. Yes, it's muscle memory, but I have like a lot of memory tricks. And one of the things in that menu that I love to do, I call it the QWERTY hop, because there's like some like weird Q like characters all matched together that says QWERTY, and we like move an item below it then above it. So like I just call it the QWERTY hop in my head. So like as I'm doing this entire run, I'm like, yes, the QWERTY hop and all these random things. So this was another menu that we set the spawn point of her entrance to a different town. So when we leave here, we're actually going to be where the SSAN was. So this is that menu that I was talking about where we're, it looks like canceling would be good because we have to head to the gym. But since we have to move up and left, that's not really the best way to go about it. So we're going to use this kind of placeholder item. And some people think that this is just like a debug thing they use to test. Some people believe that that was kind of from an earlier relic of the game when they might have not... 1 second here. Before they decided to do HMs like they do. Like some people call that surfboard.
Yep.
Because that might just have been from a time when they, instead of having Pokemon surf you around, you'd actually have items that you would do the same things with. Kind of like how Let's Go does it now.
Yeah.
So Baguette is really making good time. I don't know if he can beat all these Pokemon, though. Like, we're getting to the end of the game. It should be getting pretty hard here. I don't know. Like, this Raichu, oof, level 24. All right, we did it. We're good. Woo! So, once again, we're gonna walk out the entrance, and we're gonna be right exactly where we want to be. And this is such a kind of cool thing. So we're just gonna walk to the left here, and because of cancel item, we're gonna literally walk on water. And we're fighting Misty already. So this is another fight where we're going to use another move other than Flamethrower, because there's 4 Pokemon I have to fight left, and we only have 3 Flamethrowers. So we're going to Flamethrower the first one, and then Rage the second one. The reason is because Rage, the second time it attacks, does something called a flash animation. We don't really need to worry about that from what we're doing, so we're not even gonna really discuss that. But anyways, Misty's down, and we only actually have one more menu now. So this is the last menu in the entire game because we've already done so much. So I'm gonna swap Soda Pop down. And this is the menu you have to scroll down the longest for. Whoops. So
you gotta shove your whole arm inside that bag.
Exactly. So we have to go grab those items. We're gonna swap this down, and I have to toss 18 of these. 18. Cool. And then I'm gonna scroll up, and that little surfboard is gonna become important here. So, one kind of thing I kind of want to talk about. So, some of the times the way you go matter. It says there's 3 max revives there from just like before. That is not 3. You have to be really careful how much you toss. And how about you finish it out, Helix? Let's get a co-op world record. Go to left and talk to that guy. That's all you gotta do. Just beat him up, man. So, mash A, you're good. So, I don't know if you can beat him, man. He's got Geodude. That's type effectiveness. He's probably has Rock Throw.
And it's level 12.
I don't know, man. Okay, we crit. That crit really mattered.
Oh, no, it's the Onyx.
The
Onyx.
Yeah! Okay, now after him, just go, finish talking to him, go straight down.
Okay.
Woo! Okay, we can use Flash outside of battle. That's going to be really important coming up here. And Brock talks forever. Okay, go straight down.
Straight down.
And then just mash text. Woo! Hey, look, we're in the Hall of Fame. Wow.
Let's get ready on time, right?
Yeah, time is going to be coming up here in a moment. But really quick, shout out to Baguette, man. This dragon just carried us hard. Okay, so time is going to be coming up here after Professor Oak tells us we don't catch enough Pokemon.
Professor Oak gets mad at us because we're now an all-powerful being.
And time. Woo! Nice. So quick shout-outs to a bunch of just the Pokemon community. It's such a welcoming community. This is such a cool run. A lot of people have put time into it. I'm glad I can show it off, so thank you to the entire marathon staff. Because, to be frank, this is actually not a very marathon-safe run in some sense, because you can crash this game and then it's basically run over. It's not RNG-based. It's all, like, your skill-based and just menuing. But if you happen to toss too many, the run is just over. So thank you guys for allowing a run like this in, and just thank you for allowing me to come back. I absolutely love doing these runs. Thanks. I have nothing else to say other than thank you.
You had some backup saves. You didn't have to use any of them.
Yeah. I was ready for basically anything. I've done this run enough that I wasn't too worried about it. Like I said, it's not really luck-based. For like crashing and all that, which is good. Some speed runs, it's literally like there's a certain amount of there's a percentage to crash here, and I don't know. Let's find out, and that really stinks. And yeah, we beat Pokemon in the exact intended way.
Totally.
So yeah, this is great. And also, do you guys want to know why I chose to run this category? Charizard's my favorite Pokemon, and this is the only category where he's used. So I just want to run with Charizard. Anyways, that's this run. Thank you guys again.
And I have some closing remarks because this was actually our in-person finale.
Well, before you get to those closing remarks, while you were busy describing that run to us, I had no time to slip this $10 donation from Wanley Ways in.
I already read it.
You read this?
Yes.
Why didn't you click the...
I did click the thing.
No, you didn't.
Yes, I did.
No, you didn't.
It's not on my screen.
Mom, Dad, stop fighting.
I will show you my computer.
Not going to read that donation then. Fine. Take it away, Helix.
I mean, shout out Wanley Wiz again.
He's a great guy. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, this was our in-person finale. We're going to kick it over to online runs after this. But some closing remarks. All the viewers, runners, donators, everyone involved, thank you all so much. And especially the donators. What are we at? 1960? We're going to hit 2,000 before this marathon ends. I know it. We have basically the rest of the day filled with online runs, so all the staff that helped make this possible, especially Rocket and SexRex, you guys killed it on tech. And VGMCon for letting us be here.
Shout outs to Gooby for doing all the scheduling.
Oh yeah, of course. Shout outs to Blivinator and Prolix for letting us use their computers. Yeah,
So,
everyone brought equipment that helped out a ton, so.
And the marathon is not quite over. We will have online runs starting in a little bit here, so
Yes.
get ready for those.
I also want to shout out our restreams. I already shouted out the French one. I'm going to do it again. Twitch.tv/baguette_restream. And we also have a German one. Twitch.tv/Germensch_restream. These guys have been super supportive of this marathon, and I think it's really cool that they're restreaming it for us. And now, some important announcements. Our next in-person marathon, as I'm sure many of you are aware, will be at 2DCon in August 23rd through 25th. Registration for that event is open right now. Can't submit runs yet. You can register for 2DCon. Just go to 2dcon.net. But our next marathon will not be that. Our next marathon is online only, taking place May 17th through 19th. Mid-Spring Speed Fling is coming back, guys. Submissions are open right now. You can go to speedrun.com/midspring_speedfling_2019, or you can just Google it, because that kind of sucks to type out. Yeah, like I said, submissions are open right now. They close April 17th. And yeah, that's about it. We're about to move to online. Please excuse us if we go offline for a little bit. Stay tuned. We will be back. We're going to kick it to Commander, who's going to be restreaming for us for a little bit. And next up, we have Refunked by Gamingland. Thanks for meeting that bonus run, everyone. I think that's it. Woo! Let's hit that 2,000 and keep going.